room to be nasty. You don't. You in the 2x4. 2x4. You gonna sit there and suffer. That's what you gonna do because that's what you chose. Whew. Y'all, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Hey guys, and welcome in to House of Kim. Pow, pow, pow. In today's video, I will be doing a college do's and don't because it's that season, y'all. It's that season. It's July. August is coming up. So for anybody, first year college students, freshmen, or anybody in general who just could use a little more advice on what to do and what not to do, this video is for you. Also, I am re-recording this video. I recorded this video with my friend Tamari. Y'all go check out Tamari's channel. I'll have it across the screen and in the description box down below. We also did a college video on her channel, so just be on the lookout for that. But the audio wasn't the best on my video, so I'm re-recording it here. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so we're just gonna start with the do's. I feel like, let's just start this video off and just, with some good things or some things that you should do. Okay, so the first thing I would do is join the group chats. And I'm not just talking about for a class that you're taking. Yes, join those too, but be careful because people do send answers in those group chats, and while that may be convenient for some, if you get caught, you get expelled. Now what? Right. So just be careful when it comes to that. I would say if they, and they're doing too much, just go ahead and remove yourself, because even if you didn't send the answers, if you were found in a group chat like that, they will get you too. Join the group chats of your class. So the incoming class is what? Class of 28. So if you're in class of 28, I would try to find group me's that is catered towards you. I know it's a little scary for us to just go out there and, be like, oh my gosh, I gotta talk first. But this is life. This is real life. This is grown-up life. The next one I would say is get involved. So yes, you can be in those group chats and things of that nature, but you do need to come off that phone just for a little while. Wherever the main event is going on, that's where you need to be. And I'm not just talking about parties. Majority of the time, if not all the time, schools will have like welcome week and have a lot, like if not all their organizations out there, all of their clubs. That's where you need to be. Wherever the main event is going on, show your face, shake a few hands, do a little dab if you still, don't want to touch people's hands. That's cute too. But go out there, sign up for organizations, sign up for clubs, do it. Do it. I didn't do it my freshman year. I am going into my senior year. Oh, girl, you jumping the gun. You was not going to be a senior. Calm down. You are not going to be the senior. I'm about to be a sophomore. Sorry, y'all. The delusion. Anyways, I'm about to be a sophomore going into my second year of college, and I do wish I got more involved. My freshman year, I was in I am in a program at my school, but I still feel like I could be doing more. So that is my goal going into this school year. Am I a little nervous? Absolutely. But these are things that have to get done. Help me with my connections and my networking and things like that. Just really do your research, or whatever school you're going to, see what they have. The more people know you, the better. Know you for the right things, I should say, because some people are known not for the right reasons. Okay, moving on. Go to class, y'all. This is very simple. I feel like it's very simple in your face. Like, what are you there for? To go to class. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all already paid thousands of dollars. College is not cheap. Even if you are on a scholarship and you didn't have to pay a penny out of your pocket, you definitely need to be going to class, because there's somebody else out there there's busting their behind trying to make it to class, and that scholarship could have went to them. So don't be selfish. Go to class, especially if you got a scholarship. I don't know who paying for y'all college, but whoever money it is, don't waste it. For real. Just go to class. And a lot of times, it really depends on the school and the professor, whatever class it is, of course. But I know me personally, I have been in multiple classes where the teacher was like, hey, y'all showed up today, I'm gonna give y'all some extra credit. Hey, y'all showed up today, sign this piece of paper, y'all gonna get 5 extra points on the test this week. And trust, you're gonna need it. Even if it's an easy class, it never hurts to get extra points, extra credit, or just the teacher to see your face and know who you are. And going to class also, don't just go to class, try to participate, y'all. Like in high school, for me, it was so much smaller, so much more intimate. So I felt comfortable answering questions in class and things like that. But when I got to college, I was a little nervous a little bit at the beginning, because I'm like, wow, this is not just a class of 30 something people or 28 people. This is a class full of 50 people or more, so it can be kind of nerve-wracking to raise your hand and give an answer in front of a lot of people that you will probably never know. That's another thing. Talk to the people in your class. You're gonna need them. Y'all gonna need each other. Anyways, but yeah, so I'm like, oh, I'm a little nervous to do that, but do it. Even if you got the answer wrong. I don't see nobody else raising their hand. I don't see nobody else getting the teacher's attention in the right way. So it's just like, what's the worst that can happen? And now the teacher know you trying, and you know you're trying to understand. That looks good for you, especially when you gonna need that recommendation, because you gonna need it. You're gonna need it. If you expect to go somewhere in your career, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna need a recommendation from a professor. Greeting your teachers on the way in and on the way out the door. I promise you, college, people don't do that. People really don't do that. If you got a little time before class, go up to your teacher and say, hey, my name is such and such. I just wanted to introduce myself. Maybe tell them what major you're in, and let that be that. At least your teacher knows your face now. They may not remember your name, but the more you go to class, the more they see your face, the more they become familiar with you. That's better for you. So at the end of the semester, when you need a recommendation, they can be like, you know what? I will give you a recommendation because you was here, you was present, and you let your presence be known. Going into that as well, develop a, hear me good, professional relationships with your professor. That includes going to class, participating in class, letting your teachers know who you are, just going up and talking to them about maybe the lecture or whatever the case may be. It don't matter if you don't like this teacher. I had a professor that I really didn't care for, but I showed up to class every day. I did my work. I participated. I would sometimes stay after class and ask questions and, really try to put out the best work in that professor's class. And they gave me a great recommendation at the end of the school year. And I didn't even really care for them. If I never had to see them again, I would be happy. But that don't change the fact that I went in there and did what I had to do so I can get what I need to get. I didn't even know I would need a recommendation, but it turns out I did. And I'm glad that I moved the way I did in that class. So when that time came, it wouldn't be like, dang, I need this recommendation. They ain't gonna give it to me. You should never feel like that. You moving on to the next. Y'all turn in y'all work on time. This is not high school. It's not high school. I don't understand why y'all was turning in work late in high school anyways. You shouldn't have been doing that in high school anyways. But this is not high school. And while some professors will be a little lenient, do not count on it. Do not count on it. Even if you have a professor that's lenient, don't take it for granted. They will take into account, yeah, I did say that. I don't mind late work, but this person turned in work late 9 times out of 10. That don't look good for you. Matter of fact, turn it in early. Turn it in early. The best thing you can do in college is not procrastinate. And I know y'all gonna do it anyway because I watch these videos. I did it anyway. But I gave y'all the sauce, whether y'all choose to cook with it or not. Just know it was said. Try to get y'all work done as early as possible. It's always stuff going on campus. It's going to be another party. It's going to be another kickback. It's going to be another shindig. It's going to be another house party. It's going to be another game night. I promise. Your work early, turn it in, then go have fun. Now y'all, you don't have that weight on your shoulders of, dang, I've been out all weekend, y'all. Oh, this is due at 11:59. I done only got the first page done. Oh my God, what am I do? What am I going to do? You're going to sit there and suffer. That's what you're going to do because that's what you chose. That's the life you chose. Now look at you, stuck like Chuck. The next one, if you're able to get ahead, try to get ahead, y'all. Enjoy it. Don't rush college, but enjoy the time there. But again, if you can get ahead, get ahead. Moving on to the next. Try new things, guys. that kind of goes into branching out and joining clubs and organizations. But even outside of school, go to a place you've never been before. Not a sketchy place, but you know what I mean. Trying new foods that you've never experienced before. Maybe go to a yoga class, or, you know, go try new experiences that you guys have never experienced before. This is what college is all about. College is deeper than the stuff that's just on campus. Yes, the stuff on campus is amazing. It's great. It's fantastic. It's designed specifically for you. So definitely take advantage of that. But there's life also outside of your college campus that you should be experiencing as well. Moving on to the next, definitely be aware of your surroundings. I know this is like kind of self-explanatory, but for me, being aware of your surroundings goes deeper than just, okay, let me watch my back at night. Like, yes, of course, duh, like, you know, we should be doing that stuff we should be doing now. Okay, especially when you go to college, you definitely want to do that times 10. But I'm also talking about when it comes to your friend groups, the people you're hanging around, the people you surround yourself with. You never really know anybody's backgrounds and intentions, especially in the first couple weeks. Everybody's just getting to know each other. So that's definitely when you need to be aware of your surroundings, because you really never know. So yes, go out and meet new friends, but be very careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Share your location with somebody that you trust, or just let them know, hey, I'm going here, and I'll probably be home around this time. You know, if something looks sketchy or it doesn't feel right in your spirit and your soul, don't do it. Don't go. Like, just be aware. Another do is y'all need to be checking y'all emails. Y'all need to be checking y'all emails. There's no reason why y'all shouldn't be checking y'all emails. Y'all too old. We too old. It need to be like one of the first things you do. You wake up, because a lot of times, sometimes teachers will cancel classes. The professors are people too. They get sick. They got kids. They got stuff they got to do too. So sometimes things pop up and classes canceled. Now you just walked in that rain across campus with just to get to the class with a sign on the door saying no class today, when you could have just opened your email from your bed and stayed there. Whatever y'all school's emails thing is, you need to download that app on your phone as well, because sometimes you're not going to have your computer or your iPad in front of you to say, oh, I just got an email. You need to be able to have that notification slide through so you know, okay, I got an email. I'm looking at my phone. I got an email. Let me see what it's about. Anytime you get an email, you need to open it. You never know what it's going to be. You never know what it's going to be. Because some teachers might change due dates on certain assignments. The due date might move up. It might move further back. You need to be checking your email. That's like non-negotiable. Okay, my next do would be to go to office hours. If you need help, go to office hours, go to tutoring. You might be a little embarrassed to say you need help, or, you know, go to tutoring or go to office hours with your teacher. But at the end of the day, the people that you're trying not to be embarrassed by, when they graduating and passing their classes and you sitting there stuck, failed the class, don't know what you doing, that's more embarrassing than you just going to tutoring. I mean, even if you've been a straight A student all in high school, you never had to go to tutoring, you never had to study, you never had to do any of these things. I get it. I understand. I was like that for a majority of my life. I really didn't have to go out of my way to make good grades. Like me going to college, and I was like struggling a little bit with a class, and I'm like, ooh, all right, because I can't fail no class. I can't fail no class. Let me go ahead and get in this tutoring lab and let's get it done, because I can't fail a class. And lo and behold, I did not fail that class. So if you need the tutoring, get the tutoring. If you need to go to office hours with your teacher to get more information about a certain topic, do it. And that helps you as well. If you're going out of your way to get help from a teacher, your professor, it shows like this student is really trying. So even if things don't 100% work out in your favor, you might have wanted that B, but you sitting right around like a C plus, that 89, 88. The times you went to those office hours, a lot of professors will take that in consideration and be like, you know what? I saw them trying. I saw them putting in the work. I'm going to give them these little extra points and boost them up to a B or boost them up to an A, because I seen them trying and putting in the work. Moving on to the next, take care of your mental health. It can be very hard sometimes to remember to put you first in college. Like, I'm not even talking about with just friends, but sometimes you get a lot of work. Sometimes you're studying really hard. Sometimes you're just going through a lot because college is life and life is college. So sometimes you may be going through a lot and you forget, hey, I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius. Yeah, in the real world, you're gonna have a lot of stuff on your plate as well, but you gotta remember to put yourself first. So this college is a great way to practice for that. If you need to take your mental health days, I'm not saying miss a whole week of school now, but like, you know when you're able to take a break and when you're not. Weekends, you ain't got nothing to do, relax. Sometimes you might not need to go out and party. Sometimes you might need to just light that candle. Oh, don't light the candle because y'all in dorms. Sure, you can't light candles, but get you a little, you know, wax melt or something. Get your little comfort show, get your blanket, get your popcorn, relax. Relax. Or whatever way you relax and calm yourself and what brings you peace. Maybe read a book. Maybe go on a walk. Maybe go on a run. Just do what you need to do. Make sure you're putting yourself in the forefront and not forgetting that you got to take care of yourself too, and not only these grades. Okay, the next one I would say, oh, this is big for me, y'all. This is really big for me. Keep a tidy space. Nobody wants a dirty roommate. Nobody wants a dirty suite mate. Whatever you want to call it. Nobody wants to live with somebody who is not tidy. Be mindful that you're not the only person living there. Because I'm pretty sure everybody who goes to college has a roommate in one way or another. Whether you're living on campus or off campus, a lot of times you'll probably have a roommate. Now, if you just by yourself, that's your business. But 99.9% of college students, especially freshman year, except for the ones that are at home or online, have people that they live with. So nobody wants to come home to a dirty, stinky house. If your dishes are in the sink, clean them. You know what you put in the sink. You know what you ate. You know what you left on the stove. Okay? You know that was your spaghetti that splattered in the microwave. Go ahead and clean that up. You know you spilled it on the floor. Go ahead and get it up before it starts getting sticky. Even if you got your room to yourself, be mindful of that. Because people might have their friends coming over, and it's real embarrassing to have to tell your guests, y'all, that's not my trash. I swear that's not my trash. I promise that's not my trash. That's their trash. As, be that as it may, they still gonna look at you with a side eye. I would know, because that happened to me. I'm like, y'all, that's not my stuff. I promise that's not my stuff. You can walk into my room. My room is sparkly clean, so you know it's not my stuff. Like, I'm a clean person. So you have to have conversations with your roommates like, hey, y'all, if y'all gotta come up with a schedule, come up with a schedule. If you gotta go to your RA, go to the RA, because some people are really nasty. So don't be that nasty person, especially if you have a roommate and you sharing a room. If you're sharing a room, you don't have room to be nasty. You don't. You in a 2x4. 2x4. The room is as small as it is. Nobody has room to be nasty. Nobody has room to be untidy. Clean up after yourself. You too old. You too old to be sitting there in your filth and your dirt and your nastiness, especially when you sharing a space with somebody else. That go for the bathroom too. Clean up. Moving on. Okay, so the next one kind of goes into what I just said, but make a peaceful living space. Try to make a peaceful living space for you and those who are living with you, because it's one thing so tidiness goes into peacefulness, but as well as bringing drama and problems to y'all's living space. Before you and your roommates even get settled in good, make a group chat. So y'all can talk about, hey, this is what I'm cool with. This is not what I'm cool with. That avoids conflict when y'all move in. Now, if you're not afforded that opportunity to know your roommate before you move in, set time aside when y'all both move in. Y'all know y'all kind of settled in a little bit to lay down some ground rules. Okay, y'all, let's get into these don'ts. Don'ts, y'all. Let's get into it. So the first one is don't party too much. I know it's tempting. I know it's like you probably got a jitterbug in you waiting to go to college so you can just let loose. Be that as it may, control yourself. You know when you need to settle down. You know when you don't need to go out. And if you don't know now, trust me, when you get to school, you're gonna know. This college is more than just parties. Don't party too much. Don't be that girl. Okay, on to the next. Do not do things that you are not comfortable with just because other people are doing them. You see people doing stuff that you know they ain't got no business doing, you don't have no business being around, remove yourself from the situation. Because another thing is, if you get caught in college, you're not going to the principal's office. You're not going to timeout. They're not going to call your parents telling them what you did. You know who's going to be calling your parents? You, from the jail cell. Yeah. They will come and get you. They will come and them people will come and get you. The police will be contacted. You will be in the back of a cop car if you try to do some stuff you know you ain't got no business doing and you get caught. Next, another one you shouldn't do is beat yourself up when you're trying your best. Like I said, college is hard. You can't beat yourself up over it, because that's when you start digging yourself into a hole. That's when you start to feel down. That's when you start to get depressed. Don't do it to yourself. You know, you trying your best. Trying your best is the best thing you can do. People are not satisfied with what you're giving. You have to be okay within yourself to know that you gave it everything that you got. You put your all into it, and maybe some things just didn't work out. Maybe they did. But you have to be okay knowing you did your part. Like, turn your anger into working harder if you did your best and you still is not what you want. Don't turn that anger into depression. Turn it into strength. Next one I would say is, y'all don't chase after a boy or a girl on campus. Like, y'all don't do it. Don't go in there and think you finna get love in basketball or a drum line or something. Like, y'all, this is okay. Or this newfound freedom that you just got, they also just got their newfound freedom. So keep that in mind. Next one, it kind of goes hand in hand, but do not sleep around. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, do not sleep around in college. Like, for real, because you will develop a reputation. Especially if you a girl. And don't let you be a girl with a specific look. Like, if you got red hair and that's your signature look, or you always got colored hair, that's your signature look, or you always wear a certain outfit or wear your hair a certain way, oh, you don't got room to do that. You definitely, nobody got room to be doing it, but you definitely ain't got room to be doing it, because you got a signature look. Half of them won't even know your name. You just the girl with the red hair that everybody done been with. People will talk about you, and don't let you go to an HBCU, because Fizz, I think that's what it's called. I done heard some stories from my friends who go to HBCUs. Fizz ain't nothing to play with. It's basically like an app where people just go in there and tell people business. And I don't know if it's Fizz or another app, but I think it's like anonymous too. So you will never know who spilled your tea for real. Don't get caught out here lacking, y'all. That's all I gotta say. Just calm down, okay? Calm down. I know it's so exciting. You eager to do stuff you ain't never done before, but let's all just take a breath. Let's calm down. Let's gain our morals back. Don't sit there and try to fall in love with a football player or athlete of any kind, especially not the first couple weeks of school, because the athletes be out. I don't know if you wouldn't talk to one of the athletes at your school, in your high school, because they was like, for everybody, it's like the same thing in college. Like, you know, some people do want something real, but the first couple weeks, you just need to mind your business, because they scout. Matter of fact, let me put you up on game. Before homecoming typically for colleges is September, October. Before homecoming, that's the scouting season. That's where everybody look and they try to talk and get their hands on who they can get their hands on. Okay? This is the building of the roster. Okay? We build a roster. And you know why? Because after homecoming, guess what happens after homecoming? It gets cold. Nobody wants to be alone when it gets cold. Everybody wants a cuddle buddy. It's cuddle season coming up. That's why people do their scouting before homecoming. So after homecoming, when it starts getting cold, that roster built up, and you got prospects to choose from. I'm not saying do that. I'm very against that, actually. But I'm just saying that's what people do. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that before you just go out talking to everybody and things of that nature, because everybody's talking to everybody during this time. Everybody is scouting. They're trying to see who good enough to go on their roster, okay? They might not even want, they probably don't even want nothing serious with you, but when it start getting cold, you want somebody to be underneath you, basically. So be mindful that, so the first couple weeks, especially in August, it's hot. Everybody got on their little Daisy Dukes and they crop tops and all of that. The boys with their little white tees and white beater. Yeah. Indulge at your own risk. I'm just letting you know. Everybody scouting who they gonna take with them into cuddle season. And just because you make it to cuddle season don't mean you're the only one who made it either. So, okay guys, that's pretty much everything I have for this video. If you guys have any questions regarding any of the do's or don'ts, or just any questions regarding college in general, then also let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to go check out Tamari's channel, which will be in the description down below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Come back for more, because of course there will be more. And I'll see you guys in the next video.